What's good? What's happening? Tough. I know I'm late with this, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Anime episodes that were banned. All right. Based on the thumbnail, I see a Pokemon and two Pokemons. Yeah, two Pokemons. Let's see.
The banning of TV episodes is nothing new. Due to differences in regional cultures, distribution rights, and other related reasons, it's common to find entire shows or episodes that can't be aired in some territories. In this video, we dive into the interesting world of anime to find out more about 6 episodes that have been banned for one reason or another. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about anime. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't really grow up watching anime. I did have help from my team writing this episode out. And I'll let you guys know that there are 6 episodes on this list, and 3 of them, half of them, are Pokemon. Pokemon just because I really like the show, and that's like the closest I got to watching anime growing up.
Yeah, me too, a little bit.
I don't want to be a fake fan and be like, yep, I watch all these. No. Just interesting video concept. Yeah, just quickly wanted to say that before we got into the video. But now, let's get into the topic. Pokemon, Episode 38, Electric Soldier Porygon, 1997. This episode, titled Deno Senshi Porygon, is one of the most talked about when it comes to anime bans globally. It aired in Japan in December 1997, and it sparked wide-ranging concerns after causing about 700 people in Japan to have different health issues, including seizures. Some sources like Vice say that the number could have been as high as 12,000 kids. Still, Vice reports that about 600 cases were actually genuine, and that the rest of the cases could have been a result of mass hysteria from schoolyard talk by Japanese kids. However, even though there were cases of mass hysteria, it's not like those victims didn't experience genuine symptoms. According to CNN, the television network TV Tokyo sought the assistance of doctors, animation experts, and psychologists to find out why it triggered seizures in hundreds of children. On the specific day that it aired, a Tuesday, more than 700 people, mostly school kids, were rushed to the hospital with symptoms of vomiting, convulsions, and irritated eyes, among others. A day later, on Wednesday, of those people, ages 3 to 58, were still in the hospital. What exactly triggered the attacks? Well, about 20 minutes into the episode, there's a 4-second sequence where Pikachu attacks a group of vaccine missiles, and as he detonates a thunderbolt, the explosion causes red and blue lights to flash rapidly across the screen. The storyline behind the episode is that Ash and his friends find something wrong with the Pokeball, the device used to capture and transmit Pokemon, and in order to fix it, they have to go inside it. They are accompanied by Porygon, a computerized Pokemon. And once inside, they discover that Team Rocket and another Porygon were to blame. A battle then ensues. In the explosion scene, the flashes were bright strobe lights and had blinks at a rate of about 12 Hz for approximately 6 seconds. This is believed to have triggered photosensitive epilepsy in some viewers. Following the incident, TV Tokyo apologized to the public and
bro, that's scary. That is scary, bro, because we always see it. I don't know about y'all, but like in movies, TV shows, sometimes music videos, they'll have a warning text saying, or caution text, warning might cause epileptic seizure or whatever have you, bro. That is scary, that just by looking at something, watching something, you can have a seizure, bro. That's scary, bro.
Suspended the program. TV broadcasters in Japan began adding on-screen warnings against watching the TV too close to the screen and encouraging watching in well-lit rooms. There was such a huge stir that even the Ministry of Health in Japan got involved. The company behind the show, Nintendo, also experienced shocks as its share price fell by 3.2%, and video stores removed the Pokemon anime from their shelves. It took a 4-month break before the dust settled enough for episodes 39 and 40 to be aired. This episode was removed from circulation and has never been aired in any country since. An interesting fact is that the media dubbed the incident, quote, Pokemon shock. This reference has been alluded to in other shows such as The Simpsons and South Park. Episode 41.
That's insane, bro. That is insane. Bruh. And you gotta think too, they probably didn't do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? If they did, they're fucked for that. But I doubt that they did it on purpose. He said red and blue lights flashing at a rate of 12 Hertz. That's scary, bro. That's fucking scary.
Titled The Ice Cave, was banned because of a character named Jinx and her racially stereotypical appearance. The storyline of the episode is that Ash and his friends go on a shortcut route to Blackthorn City, and after battling Team Rocket, Brock has a cold, and the gang ends up at a Pokemon Center. The nurse attending to Brock is Jinx, who has jet black skin, huge lips in pink, big eyes, blonde flowing hair, cleavage, and hips. This appearance was extremely controversial. For instance, Carol Boston Weatherford, a cultural critic and writer at News and Record, termed Jinx as resembling, quote, an overweight drag queen incarnation of Little Black Sambo, end quote. The Little Black Sambo reference was mirroring a racist stereotype from a children's book published in 1899 that was banned from libraries due to its insulting stereotypes. The book particularly caused a stir among American civil rights activists in the 1930s and 40s because the illustrations were said to elicit the idea of an African American as, quote, an unimagined, subhuman black juvenile who was typically depicted outdoors, merrily accepting, or even inviting violence.
Bro, you know what's crazy too? Like he said, it was in a book back in the days. You can Google some shows who have some crazy shit on it, bro, from back in the day. The fact that it was allowed to be published, aired, given to the public, shown to the public, available to the public is crazy. Imagine that type of shit happening now. They're getting dragged. The person, the company, they're getting dragged through the mud, through the cement, bro, for posting some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It just blows my mind that it was accepted back in the day, bro. Literally. Crazy.
End quote. In her article, Weatherford said, Jinx clearly denigrates African Americans, particularly black women. So in general, this episode was banned from airing in the US due to having blackface connotations. In some way, the appearance of Jinx, especially her face, is reminiscent of the Jim Crow era in the 1830s in America, where white performance in blackface played, quote, black characters that perpetuated a range of negative stereotypes about African Americans. Some of these stereotypes included being lazy, ignorant, overly sexual, criminal, superstitious, and even cowardly. These performers, often white men from the North, are thought to have done so to assert their dominance over African Americans. The controversy around Jinx led to the character being made purple. Still, the Pokemon episodes The Ice Cave and Holiday High Jinx were not aired in the US and some other English-speaking countries. It wasn't until December 2011 that the episode was accessible to US audiences after it was put on on-demand services. Also, at some point, Kids WB aired the episodes in a jumbled up order to avoid them landing on air around February, which is Black History Month. So it's clear through all the hurdles TV faces trying to make the episode safe for viewers that this episode's controversy might persist for years. Demon Slayer, episodes 1 through 18,
Demon
2019.
Slayer.
So far, we've seen situations where episodes are banned. In this next episode, we're going to be talking about censorship. Interestingly enough, it was for an entire season. The show in focus is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, an anime that debuted in 2019 and became really popular with global audiences. It has a really interesting storyline where the main character, Tanjiro Kamado, a teenager, trains to become a demon slayer. This is after his family is killed and his sister turned into a demon. He keeps getting better and rises through the demon slayer ranks. The show has 4 seasons so far, all available to watch in the US. What's weird is that the entire original 18 episodes of season 2 are banned in China. The distributing studio in China had to remake characters and give them additional clothing as well as body features. Why? Well, China has a strict policy on shows displaying or promoting violence and sex, and in this case, Demon Slayer Season 2 was said to be too. An anime fan from China, through screenshots shared via Twitter, compared the images of Tengen Uzui's 3 wives, Suma, Hinatsuru, and Makio. In the original release available in the US and other parts of the world, the woman's cleavages can be seen, while in the Chinese version, the cleavages are covered in additional clothing. Other users also pointed out that the Chinese version of the characters had, quote, tamed body features such as reduced breast size. This ban sparked conflicting reactions among the fans, with some being glad that China was taking action against how overly women in anime could be. Another perspective on the ban is that during the season, one of Tanjiro's enemies has very revealing attire. This happens when Tanjiro teams up with Sound Hashira to fight 2 demon siblings, Gitaro and Daki. I really hope I'm saying all these names correct. During the fight, Daki's obi, a sash that ties her kimono, change into snake-like weapons, and this means without the kimono, her attire remains to just a bra and underwear. It is thus alleged that the Chinese censors found Daki's bikini underwear to be too revealing for their audiences. A different version of the ban is that it could simply be China's new government policy that requires, quote, characters to be less sexualized while ensuring they aren't a negative influence on the...
That's crazy. There's a lot for this, bro. So now the studios creating these animes, bro, they really gotta pay attention, you know what I'm saying? Any little slip and they could get in trouble. That's crazy.
Youth or promoting values that might cause them to catch the gay. Whatever the reason, it sucks when the original content can't be perceived the way the creators wanted them to
Catch,
see it.
okay.
But this one is interesting, as don't like the way females are overly sexualized in anime, so there's like a 50-50 on this one, I guess. Cowboy Bebop, episode 19, Wild Horses, 1998. Another great anime based on the fan consensus and anime reviews is Cowboy Bebop. The Conversation publication, for instance, calls it a genre-bending storyline, claiming that it offers a pastiche of many international influences, including the mafia bits of American movies, Italian Western films, Japanese cyberpunk, and the martial styles common to Hong Kong movies. It equally does a great job sampling of international music and overall shows the transnational potential of anime. Now, with this great introduction, it might seem odd that the show had a banned episode, but yeah, Cowboy Bebop had one of its episodes pulled from airing, albeit temporarily. This also happened despite the series being relatively short, just 26 episodes. The show popularly aired non-stop on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim in the 2000s. In 2003, however, one of the episodes, episode 19, titled Wild Horses, was pulled from rotation since it involved Space Shuttle Columbia, which had burned up upon re-entry. In Wild Horses, Spike returns to Earth in a spacecraft, Swordfish 2, and goes to get it fixed by Doohan, his friend. While waiting for a spare part for fixing the craft, Spike and the rest of the Bebop crew learn of a bounty in the area, and so he takes the Swordfish on the mission. The target then turns out to be a dangerous hacker, and he manages to hack the navigational components of Spike's and Faye's crafts. While they triumph against the bounty, Spike's craft starts failing, and Jet doesn't have a chance of getting there in time. Doohan suddenly comes to the rescue, having restored an old craft. He rescues Spike from burning up. However, this restored craft has problems with the heat of re-entry, but ultimately the passengers make it back to Earth. This episode was first aired in the US in 2001. By coincidence, it had a lot of parallels with the real-life Space Shuttle Columbia. On February 1st, 2003,
Wait.
but ultimately the passengers make it back to Earth. This episode was first aired in the US in 2001. By coincidence, it had a lot of parallels with the real-life Space Shuttle.
Had real-life comparisons? Bro, it's kind of like with The Simpsons and what they've been doing for years, bro. It's, I guess you can say it's different because they kind of like predict it back then, and then when shit happens now, people always go to The Simpsons. Oh, we gotta find it. It's in The Simpsons. They predicted this. And then what do you know? 2 and 2 together. You feel me?
Columbia. On February 1st, 2003, Columbia was returning from a 16-day mission, and when re-entering the Earth's atmosphere, it burned up, killing all 7 astronauts that were on board. It turned out that the shuttle had experienced damage to its heat protection tiles during launch, and the damage went unnoticed. You can probably see the parallels between these two situations and understand why Adult Swim chose to remove the episode from rotation for a while. Actually, just like in the episode where Doohan goes off about how re-entry would be dangerous due to the damage of the insulating tiles, the Columbia shuttle burned up due to damage to the insulating tiles on its left wing. So, was the episode banned forever? Well, it turned out that Wild Horses was just the perfect homage to the Space Shuttle Columbia, and thus it bounced back stronger after the incident. It thus continued being shown in reruns. A fun fact is that other Cowboy Bebop episodes, Cowboy Funk, Sympathy for the Devil, and Waltz for Venus, were banned temporarily in the US for different reasons, including showcasing a skyscraper that collapsed the building.
Alright, so I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. So they're showing these things, referencing or kind of like mimicking IRL things that's happened, and they had to get banned temporarily. And again, I know it's different from The Simpsons because The Simpsons, it's before the fact. Like obviously, if they wanted to drop new episodes involving or including events that's happened recently, they can do that. But the fact that they do it back in the day and it happens now, you know what I'm saying? How come those don't get banned? I'm confused on that. I'm not gonna lie. On that one right there, I'm confused.
Sailor Moon, episode 67. The Sea, an Island, Vacation, The Senshi Relax, 1991. Anime fans should be very familiar with this show as it seems to be a top tier anime in the community. For anyone else, just know that Sailor Moon has global acclaim for its great storyline, characters, and humor, and has been around since 1991. That is including the manga. The specific episode we're looking at is episode 67, titled The Sea, an Island, Vacation, The Senshi Relax. It focuses on Chibiusa's disappearance in the ocean over a fuss with Rei, and how Sailor Senshi ends up saving her from a volcanic eruption. Now, the episode's storyline is pretty...
What is this sound right now? It's like piercing my ears.
Straightforward, and may leave you wondering why it got banned in the first place. Well, the ban had nothing to do with the contents of the episode, but rather the rights. There were several players involved. In the US, DIC Entertainment was responsible for the dubbing and distribution. The original rights lay with Toei, the Japanese animation studio. Now, since DIC wanted to do things its way, as it syndicated the series to American stations, it compressed it to 65 episodes and thus ended up cutting out a lot of content from the original version. They cut episodes 2, 5, 6, 20, and 42 from the first season and merged episodes 45 and 46. Then in season 2, they simply cut out episode 67. This means American audiences ended up missing out on a lot of content.
Damn.
Then DIC's contract with the show ended at a time when it had taken off on Toonami, a Cartoon Network/Adult Swim program. The new contract carrier, Cloverway Studios, was tasked with supplying more episodes of seasons 3 and 4, and so they tried making an uncut version of the series, although they did so by American network standards, so the first 2 seasons never got an uncut version, even in DVD format. The contract between DIC and Toei had made this impossible to achieve. As fans continued to demand for the uncut version, DIC contracted ADV Films to make the DVD versions. In the deal, ADV Films was to negotiate with Toei and then use the uncut tapes that DIC had originally received from Toei. However, a hiccup arose here. When ADV Films contacted Toei to negotiate to release the episodes, they realized DIC had lost the uncut version of episode 67. Toei couldn't send them any new files because then that would demand a new licensing contract, and Toei had aimed to let all global distribution contracts by third parties lapse. Fans just had to settle for a low quality audio and picture in the DVD version without episode 67. It wasn't until a decade later that Viz Media got a deal to distribute the series in North America that fans of Sailor Moon got to watch the high quality uncut version of episode 67. Was the wait worth it? The fact, however, remains that for 10 years, the full uncut version of Sailor Moon's episode 67 was banned from the US. It couldn't legally be distributed just because DIC lost the original copy.
That's why you gotta make copies of everything, okay? Especially when it comes to business. You gotta make copies of everything, bro. Double, triple up. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy, bro. 10 years. It was banned and obviously people finally saw it. That's crazy.
Pokemon, episode 19, Tentacool and Tentacruel. This episode was banned in the US twice. The first ban was because it aired at a time when bringing down a skyscraper would be a sore joke. This was in 2001, when, if you know your history well, September 11th attack happened. This particular Pokemon episode follows Ash, Misty, and Brock on their adventure as they arrive in Porta Vista, a city, and are faced with an attack from Tentacool, aka the Zubat of the Seas, which are an angry group of monsters, and they follow their leader, which is a giant-sized Tentacruel. In one scene, a robotic voice says, "It is known as the Gangster of the Sea," in reference to Tentacruel. And then Ash says, "That must be the gang leader." In the episode, there's a citywide destruction, extreme flooding, and hundreds of jellyfish monsters causing havoc. You can therefore see why the episode was banned, because while it was just one of those Ash and Pikachu adventures, it would have rubbed Western audiences the wrong way. The studio airing it at the time, Kids Warner Brothers, refused to air it due to the scene where Tentacruel, the giant monster, destroyed a skyscraper with its tentacles. The second ban happened after Cartoon Network took over the series, started airing it well into 2005. This time the ban was because of Hurricane Katrina. This was one of the most destructive hurricanes in US history. It hit the Gulf Coast on the morning of August 29th, 2000.
Wait a minute.
It was banned in the US twice. On episode 19.
97. September happened. 2005 hurricane. Bro. So the shows happen before the events. Kind of like The Simpsons, like how I was saying, right? Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm confused. Why would it get banned if these episodes happen before the events? You know what I'm saying? And I haven't heard none about The Simpsons be getting banned or anything. I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm not understanding all the way. Y'all let me know, but like banning it, I don't know. I don't know.
The second ban happened after Cartoon Network took over the series, started airing it well into 2005. This time the ban was because of Hurricane Katrina. This was one of the most destructive hurricanes in US history. It hit the Gulf Coast on the morning of August 29th, 2005, and stretched about 400 miles across. It led to an estimated $100 billion worth of damage and had hundreds of thousands of people displaced in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. The effects of the hurricane were so devastating that it would have been very uncomfortable to watch that specific episode.
True.
Interestingly, Originally, the story in the episode is about Tentacool, a jellyfish Pokemon, protecting their home from Nestina, who is trying to build a hotel for the wealthy right above a coral reef that they inhabit. Nestina hires Team Rocket to exterminate Tentacool, but the device that they try to use in the extermination hits one Tentacool and then turns him into a Tentacruel. Knowing this storyline can even attack a bigger and deeper meaning to the episode's ban. For example, Climate Central attributed part of the hurricane's destructive abilities to wetland degradation, which is definitely a man-made problem, sort of like nature striking back because we have meddled too much with our natural landscapes, like drainage patterns across the coast. If you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you are new to the channel,
Okay. Ooh. Wow, bro. That's actually insane. This was probably the craziest one, this first one. The Pokemon shock, bro. Actually insane. And like all these other ones, I don't know. Bro. Just this alone, the fact that it harmed people just by... People want to enjoy the show. Pokemon fans, you said they hype, new episode, let's get to it. End up getting a seizure, huh? Bro, that's scary. Whenever I go to clubs, bro, and like they have the strobe lights or flashing lights, the white lights, I'm just like, bro, I pray I don't get a seizure right now, you know what I'm saying? Because it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen, bro. It's just scary. Watching something, you're just like, it's bound to happen, you know. It's scary, bro. It's so scary. People thought Pokemon gave people seizures. Dragon Ball and Demon Slayer had people having strokes. What? Wait. The original release of the Game Boy Color Pokemon games in Japan, Red and Green, did give children seizures from the binaural music in Lavender Town. The creators changed the music for Red, Blue, and Yellow. Really? It's because a lot of kids have seizures in Japan, so people don't have epilepsy. Bro. Yo, they're cleaning outside. My fault. It's gonna get loud, but bruh. That is scary, bro. Like, you just want to enjoy something. And like your health is at risk. That's absurd, bro. That blows my mind, deadass. Listen, man, y'all be safe out here, you feel me? Again, the parts I was confused at, if y'all don't mind answering for your boy, I'd appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, again, I haven't heard nothing about Simpsons getting banned or canceled or none of that. It's just the fact that something happens now, people tend to go back to the Simpsons. Oh, look, they said they pretty much predicted it over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's wild. Let me know what you guys thought, though. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe if you haven't. I'm out.